This rear view camera works excellent day or night. I really like these. I'm glad that I'm seeing more and more manufacturers go to the rear view camera in addition to the rear view mirror. So you have to go forward a little bit before the headlights will start moving. I don't know if you can see that. It's like when you turn left, the left headlight moves to the left. When you turn right, the right headlight moves to the right. Now, I'll show you when we go down the road what's going on here. So you can see these little shadows. There's like two shadows that are moving around. There's the headlight pattern on the fence. There's the high beams. There's the low beams. And so you can see this little shadow, and each one has an independent shadow. And those shadows are supposed to, the design of headlights is to have a shadow on the oncoming lane to reduce glare for when it's raining or if you're going up and down hills. It's supposed to have this little shadow there. But since these are headlights that move, it moves the shadows as well. So we'll see how it goes. Because you're just moving the shadow and the headlight and all that stuff, so they're not in the fixed position on the oncoming lane all the time. They're all over the place, especially considering they separate. One headlight moves, the other one stays still. Also, they don't move that far over. So let me go ahead and make sure we got the fog lights on. There we go. Yeah, make sure those are on, because up close to the vehicle, especially with the, basically, especially with the high beams, I mean, up close to the vehicle, you can't really see much. Also, I should mention that I have the headlight, the camera brightness a little bit higher than what it looks like in real life, so you can see the pattern better. Otherwise, it would be kind of dim, so my camera is making it look brighter than what it is. So let's, okay, so as we go down this hill, you'll see that when we're relatively straight, those two shadows do kind of line up with the oncoming lane fairly well. So it looks like, for the most part, they're lining up with the oncoming lane. A little bit in my lane, the one on the right. Yeah, okay, so right there, they're lined up properly. So once we get to a turn, so as I turn the steering wheel, you can see they're gonna move around a little bit, but there's a straight road, so we're not turning the steering wheel. So yeah, instead of having the motion lights moving around, I would prefer having a cornering light, or at the very least turning on the fog light when I turn in the direction that I turn, like some manufacturers. Because let's go ahead and turn the fog lights off. Yeah, when I turn the fog lights off, like close to the vehicle, it's very, very dark. It's kind of hard to tell now because we've got a lot of street lights. Now I'm being a little bit I'm scrutinizing this vehicle a little bit more than the average, because first of all, it's $45,000. Second of all, it's an Outback. It's an all-wheel drive Outback intended to be, you're going to go out in the middle of nowhere with it, right? So, okay, so there's the low beams, there's the high beams, and it just looks like it's okay. Okay, it's adequate headlights, I would say. But they're not very bright. They need to be a little bit brighter, especially if you're going in areas in which a very, very dark area. These are, the thing is, it just has one projector, and it's just refocusing the same light to a higher position. And even though you can see fairly well, and the evenness of the light is actually pretty impressive, considering we only have one light on each side. So being able to spread that light out on the road and on the sides of the road, I mean, I can see fairly well. It's just not very bright, and that's my criticism, is the actual pattern, other than close to the vehicle, unless I have the fog lights on, the pattern is actually fairly even, and that's pretty impressive, considering one projector on each side is able to handle that the evenly lit light everywhere in front of the vehicle. So yeah, I would say they're adequate. They're just not really impressive. I think the motion headlights they're not really doing much, because the problem is, why would you need to aim a light if it's because it doesn't have a pattern that's everywhere, you know? The vehicles that impress me are the ones that have light everywhere. You don't have to move it 10 feet or to the left or right, you know? It's the lights that just shine everywhere. You don't have, you already see over there. You don't have to turn the steering wheel to look that way, you know? So yeah, they're just trying to use less light to cover more area. So I guess in that sense, the motion headlights could come in handy in certain areas. But yeah, just having a better designed headlight system would be better, and having a cornering light would definitely be better. And of course, the cargo light, the interior lights need to be improved. You know, an approach light, maybe some puddle lights in the back, pocket lights, some floorboard illumination. Basically, if you are going to use this vehicle to go out in the middle of nowhere and do stuff, just make sure you carry a flashlight or two, you know, because you know, you're going to need it basically.
Engines roar beneath the blackened sky. Headlights cut through with shadows.